A big wonderful hall is beautiful decorated with thousands of pink and white roses. Lots of colorful lights internally cover the venue of the wedding. A perfect people for a beautiful marriage, but why are the people around the hall wearing gloomy expression? Why instead of happening there is anger of the groom face? Why, even after taking their vow to be together till death to the part, the newly wedding couple are standing in two different corners of the ballroom. A few hours ago, everything was perfect. Flashback. Kim Tae sitting on the chair in the dressing room. He was newly looking at his reaction in the mirror while fighting with his engagement ring. It's just half an hour left to marry the girl he always wishes. The hung outfit. He was feeling excited and nervous about starting a new life with his fiancée, Youngjin, who is one of the interns at Jeon Hospital. They both started dating when Taehong was in first person of his internship, and 4 months ago they got engaged. He was in deep thought when a knock on the entrance of his dressing room brought him back to reality. Before he could tell, in the door was already swept open, swinging an exit finger of his best friend. Jimin, what's wrong? Looked at the condition of his best friend. The hungry get up from his seat and stand in front of Jimin. Jimin, the hungry, please come on with me, Jimin said while attempting to steady his breath from all the running did. What happened? Don't ask questions. Just please come fast. It's urgent. Jimin, I multiply agreed. They hung out of the dressing room and urgent started his running season. They were running down the hall and Tehang didn't know where Jimin was taking him. He should get prepared for his wedding ceremony, which is going to start in less than 30 minutes. And here his best friend is dragging him into the corridor. Jimin, slow down and tell me. Before he could finish, Jimin yelled in his text which caused the hung to dump his into. Holy, what the is? Tehungi. Now, when he heard the stumbling voice of his mother, he took a glance at his dad looked at him with sympathy, and Mr. Jeon's hand ran low while clutching a paper in his hand. His son to be their-in-law was crying in the embrace of her son. Tehung, other best friend Suga, was trying to soothe his mother, who held tears in her eyes. In Suga. Then there was in his senior and also the friend of Jeon Jungkook and Jeon Youngjin. But the only person who was not there was his fiancée. What is going on? Where is Youngji? He hurriedly asked. His heart is beating very rapidly. Mr. Jeon stood up and handed him a paper he was holding. I'm sorry, son. He patted Tehong's head. Tehong had silently trembled while holding the paper. His confused eyes, their confusion of focus, the paper in his hand. Dear Tehong, I'm sorry, but I can't do this. I tried my best to accept it all, but I can't. I don't love you. I wanted to say this before, but my cowardly stopping me from doing this. Anything. Also, you were so happy with everything, so I thought maybe I can give a chance to this relationship and accept everything we had and was going to have, but I couldn't. I love someone else. He came into my life 3 months ago, and all those feelings, you are replaced by him. I can't marry you when I have someone else in my heart. So please forgive me for the step I am about to take. I don't the guts to tell you. The hungry eyes turned into a tears once. He doesn't know how to respond. Should he cry? Should he be angry? The girl he's been in the love with for years now, this chair for wedding. What should he do? The person he trusts the most betray him at the important moment. There was an outburst going on in his mind, his spirit getting shaky, his heart felt like was stubborn million of time. Tehangi, he heard in his mother's voice, who was now standing in front of him. She wrapped his arm around Tehang Givest. Her head was on his chest and she started crying, voice broken to him more than he was. What should we do now? He asked his father, was signed and looked at Mr. Jeon. Has anybody tried to contact her? Tehangi asked, looking at the Jeons. We did, but the phone is not reachable. Jungkook, who was quiet for the entire time, declared this time. John Jungkook outfit. Taehook canceled his jaw, trying to control to building anger in his body. Let's call off the wedding, he said, almost growing with all the attention towards. We can't do this, Mr. Kim said in a strong voice. What do you mean, we can't do this? Do you want me to go and get married to myself? Because, as far as I know, my friend ran away from her wedding. My bride ran away from her wedding. Tahang was yelling at his father for declaring those meaningless words. No, you won't be marry yourself, but someone me and you, father-in-law, have already choose for you. Tehangu was surprised. What? What are you saying, Dad? Mr. Kim said. Listen, Tehang. We accepted your wish to marry Yeonjin, even thought we never liked her. No offense, but your ex-fiancé had ditched you. She ran away from her wedding. That doesn't mean I will let my relationship down. There are so many people out there waiting for my son to get married, and that's what they will get. You will go out there and get married. That's my final decision because we already had it your way, which us all to this situation. So now you will do what I say. Mr. Kim's voice was cold and who? That's all he could ask because he knew what will be the consequences of going in his father John Jungkook flashback end. That's how Taehong, who was in wearing a black suit, turned white, and for offering his surname to get a new surname by Mary in John Jungkook. Taehong new outfit. Taehong was hating everything. First his fiancée left him, then he got forced to marry someone he hates, that's modes. Yes, Taehong hates Jungkook and there are the reason for it. He was always compared to John Jungkook, number one nurser in Korea. Taehong is blessed with magical hands and eye, the last 2 years of his internship, he never failed, but the only downstairs he is attendants of other staff of the hospital say that he is second to Jeon. He wanted people to know him as a Kim Tae-hyung, not as second Jeon. Number 2. He has never seen Jungkook doing surgery, which makes him wonder if Jungkook is even as talented as people based outside, or if it is just because he is the son of the owner of Jeon Hospital. That's why they presses him. The thing is, Jungkook, everyone permitted any intern to perform surgery with him. He worked with senior doctor, so maybe it's them who do surgery and Jungkook gets the credit. Number 3. The ceremony between Jungkook and Jun Ho-seok, they always stuck to one another. The entire hospital talked about them having a secret relationship, but none of them ever mentioned anything. He doesn't have a problem with them being in a secret relationship. He despised Jungkook for not standing up against his parents and speaking out of he is in love with Hoseok. And if the I are not, then the scenes in front of him is passing him off more. Jungkook and Hoseok are sitting side to side, end of the room. Hoseok was rubbing his hand over Jungkook's back, whispering something in his ear, not like he was interested in him. Still, he is Jeon now, which means the guy in the black blazer is his husband. Even thought he doesn't care about it. He can't stand to see be all lovely-dovely when he is drawing in his stuffing. He stood up and walked straight towards his husband, but before he could speak, Jungkook's phone started ringing. Oh, Jungkook looked at Hoseok. Okay, we will be there. He stood up. What happened, son? Mr. Jeon came out of when nowhere. There is an emergency at the hospital and I have to go, he said. Take Taehyung with you. He is also a surgical intern, Mr. Jeon said. I don't perform surgery with newbies. Jungkook groaned on. Taehyung clenched his feet. What the does he think of himself? He thought, but the next action of Jungkook made him really wanna punch his husband. Jungkook took Hoseok's hand in his own and they walked out of the ballroom like a ah, I hate you, Jungkook. You came back home. Jeon, I will show you what this Jeon Taehyung could do. Here for years, Taehyung is sitting in the living room of Jungkook's apartment, waiting for him because every room in this apartment is locked by his so-called husband, who left him in the wedding hall with his not-so-secret lover. Ah, what does he think about himself? Even if he is? No, the number one neurosurgeon in Korea. No one gave him to the ownership to call me a new boy. I've been a medical intern for 2 years. How dare he disappear me like me? If I didn't do stuff like leaves my profession, I would gladly stop his cheats thousands of times. And even after insulting me, he walked out with that dude like a couple. Taehyung was muttering whatever came to his mouth while going towards his luggage to find something. Finally, he let released a deep sigh. There was a little small box in his hand. He opened it and took out. What the is this? A voice rose in room of the apartment which started. Tehong, and he fell from the couch to the floor. His true love. Teongi lifted his head and met with the owner of the voice, John Jonko, a fiance. One, yeah. Why are you shouting? You wanna like me by heart? You doubt better with did you create a mess in my apartment? Jungkook angrily asked him while dating a suitcase. After listening to his new nickname, Taehyung frustratedly stand up from the floor and stand in front of Jungkook, glaring at, how dare you to name me double battery? You Goldie, old Dracula? Taehyung shouted the last part. What did you call me? Jungkook raises his eyebrow and one stop close to him. Oldie, Dracula. He pointed his tiny finger at Jungkook's chest. Listen, do you have any idea how many girls are dying for me who you call Dracula? Of course, they are dying for you because they are aunties who the watch your mouth, Shorty. Jungkook clenched his fists, gritting his teeth. Look, who called me Shorty, who is not even 2 centimeters taller than me. He scoffed. You know what double battery? Marrying you is my biggest mistake. He was completely pissed off. And you think marry you is my pleasure? God bless you with beauty like me as a husband, or you have to marry senior citizen of the country. He flipped his hair. Beauty and you? My scarf. Yes, I'm beauty. You oldie Dracula. You should check the number of your glass double battery. Are you dreaming with oops eyes? Jungkook smiled. Taehyung clutched his hand and spoke while gritted his teeth. You have bad eyes, or maybe bad taste, oldie. Yes, I have bad taste. That's why I married you, Shorty. I also don't want to marry a Dracula man, but my dad Taehyung spots. You think I want to marry you? It's forced marriage. Jungkook scoffed. Of course, you don't want to marry me cause of this Hoseo. Taehyung thoughts. I marry you because you lovely fiance flew away from her marriage and I stuck with your stubborn. I just wanted to attend marriage of sister, but when I got a husband instant of a brother-in-law, Jungkook said in a very deep tone. Don't you get be convinced you did some charity work by Mary. Me, I hate you, John Jungkook. He angrily declared. The feeling is mutual. Mr. Kim Tae-hung, he coldly spoke, angrily grabbed his collar and said with hated you. How now what I believe that I hated you, your sister most of, but number you are the one who I hate the most. Angkuk Jungkook his hand away told him to don't remember your word, Kim Tae-hung. Jungkook walked out from there, but Taehyung held him by waist. Jungkook hesitated in the pen. What happened? Taehyung confusedly asked, and let's go, he said. Jungkook didn't say anything, just pulled up his sleeve, his nose in pain. Taehyung gasped, his eyes turned wide. Who did this? He confusedly held Jungkook waits and minute such unwaste. The lady who is taken to the surgery got pinched and held my head in. See her long nail, which Jungkook explained. Then why did you not treat the wound? You already know an open wound always gets infected. The hung concert said. Where is the first aid box? Let me help you. I didn't need your help. He yanked back his hand. What? The hung scoffed. I said I don't need your help. What is the problem with people surname of jeon? Huh? You both don't deserve kindness, he angrily said. This is the key of your room and don't dare to come into my room. He pointed at the hung room and walked towards his room in Jungkook's room. Jungkook entered the room. He opened his half bun and ran his finger through his hair. Did I overreact? Should I apologize her? I should not take the origin of my sister of him, but he is the excuse why I have to marry him. But he is also forced to marry me. Isn't not is that his fiance run away, but we are both stuck in this stupid marriage. But that shorty looks cute when he pouted. Yeah, John Jungkook. What are you thinking, Sign? Maybe I should my anger. In Tehang room. Tehang entered his room, plumbing with his luggage. He was to cry and scream, but he doesn't want to waste his tears on the person who betrayed him. He angrily pulled off his engagement ring and threw it on the window. Ah, what do these people think about themselves? Did not I have a heart? Did not I get hurt? Everybody want me to get hurt. Did not I deserve love? Did not I made from their love? Why God, why? Why did you do that with me?